America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.
Welcome to another edition here of the Untitled series on United Spurs of America. I am Jacob. I hope you're doing well. A lot of places you could be right now, and you chose to be here, so big up yourself right now if you are. Obviously, Ange Postecoglou, he had his first press conference, so I wanted to do a quick little live to talk about that. Rather than recording an episode, thought it might be easier on myself. So he did talk to media, had his first press conference. I think it took, 3 questions until they asked him about Harry Kane. He said that he was running a pool with the coaches. That he said it'd be over 6 questions until they asked him about Harry Kane, but actually it was 3. So that's pretty. I mean, I guess they waited two whole questions until they asked. So that's halfway decent. Before I keep going too long, let me just say, please do hit that like and subscribe. It does help the channel go a long way. Let me say what's up to the chat real quick. Ellie's in the house. Says, hi, Jacob. Always will support you. Appreciate that, Ellie. You are one of the major contributors and supporters over here at United Spurs of America. So definitely appreciate you for doing that. Big up Patty Hartnett as well. Says, hope you're well, buddy, and all in the chat. Ben Kaufman, a YouTube chat member in the house, says, Smexy, big up. Madarius Bunting, stream on me. Big up, Mud. Thank you for tapping in with me tonight for this little quick live. Again, there's a few things going on. I know Fabrizio just recently tweeted Davinson Sanchez that he is linked with Galatasaray and 2 other clubs that are interested in him. Then he also talked about I think the Micky Van de Veen thing. It's not really breaking news. I know the clickbaity people will want to tell you it's breaking news, but it's not. Talks are still ongoing. I don't know what they. Or here, I'll go ahead and I'll show. I'll go ahead and show you what they're saying over here. Again, people are saying breaking news. That's funny to me. Tottenham are advancing in talks. There we go. There it is. We're advancing in talks with Wolfsburg about Micky Van de Veen. Negotiations are underway, and talks Monday were really positive. Cool. Great. Like, that just doesn't tell me nothing except, talks were positive, I guess. Hello, Kudo. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, for me, I don't. That tweet doesn't do anything for me. It's just more fluff, more, key phrases, keywords there. Also, Barcelona announced that Longley has permission to not start training with the team until July 18th. Barcelona are expecting him to leave this summer. I'm hoping it's not to Tottenham, especially if we ain't done. Gregor's comment threw me off. I don't want Longley unless he's the 3rd center back that we sign, personally, just because I don't think he's good enough to be a starter. I don't think he's good enough to necessarily be the first man off the bench, but I just see it as like, this is a very easy choice, right? Was it 8 mil for Longley? We're talking about sending Sanchez 9 mil the other way. I don't know. Big up Gregor. Yeah, I did a little differently today. I got it in a bun. Just, it's hot. It's hot today, and it's on my neck. I want to get that off my neck. You know what I mean? When it's on your neck, it's just nasty. Big up Insman TV. Big up, bro. Hope you're great. Hope you're doing well as well. Big ups. Thanks for tapping in with me. So yeah, y'all. I don't really. Fabrizio tweeting this stuff a little bit worries me because, Longley, he's got permission to not train. He's got permission to do his own thing and look for a club. And I hope that club is not us, but it might be. Also, Ange Postecoglou did confirm that Mr. Rodrigo Bentancur and Mr. Forster will miss the preseason. I think it was obvious that Bentancur was going to be one of those names that was unavailable. I guess the Fraser Forster is news to me. Yeah, he's a back injury or whatever. So, that is what it is. I just want to see our team assembled personally before we go on our preseason tour. Doesn't look like I heard someone say, that we might be We might be getting. Oh, so y'all comment. I normally do these on record, so I can just edit out whenever I'm in between subjects. But y'all commenting. Kudo says, "What's your point of view on the Solomon deal?" I'll talk about Solomon real quick. My point of view is I'm perfectly fine with it. Free transfer. I think we're working out something behind closed doors to pay Shakhtar. We now, it's funny because as soon as we're linked with Solomon, then there was like 2 hours later, we announced that we're going to be playing them in a friendly, adding a game to our friendly. So that's a little bit fun. But he's young. I think he's 23 years old. Israeli national, plays on the left wing. I've heard a lot of good things, that he's pacey and he's really good with the ball. All the comps. I mean, again, when it comes to compilations, you have to take it with a grain of salt because obviously compilations are made to suit whatever narrative it is, whether you're saying that this player's good or if you're saying that he's bad. So I do take it with a grain of salt, but the comps that I saw of him, it does look like he has some good technical ability with the ball at his feet. So I like that. And a young cat. Who knows? I like free transfers. I like young players coming in. Big Upside Dancer says, "Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. All good, bro. Here to see who the rivals are signing." Well, yeah, I know you're Liverpool, my man. So the Micky Van de Veen, thank you for letting us, I guess, talk with him for the last 3 weeks. I'm still waiting for the damn thing to get done. Personally, it's taking a little too long, if I'm honest. I'm going to take that out. But yeah, so Solomon looks like he passes medicals today as well. That it should be announced tomorrow is what I'm hearing. Tomorrow or Wednesday, we'll see. That's exciting. I like the fact that we are getting business done. But again, I'm going to caveat that by saying the fact that we haven't got a center back thing through the door. We were talking with Tapsoba, talking with Van de Veen, and it's like, let's just get them both in. That's how I feel. Especially, I want Davinson Sanchez and Eric Dyer to go the other way. I'm perfectly fine if we want to let Longley come in as the third after we bring in Tapsoba and Van de Veen. So that's just how I feel about it. Curious what y'all think down below. Please do let me know. Insman says, "What is your view on Van the Man?" I'm calling him Big Dicky Mickey personally, just because I think that he's got it in his bag. This is a man I wanted us to go get last January. I was watching Bundesliga a lot, mostly Leverkusen, but I did catch a couple Wolfsburg games. And honestly, last season I was really like, who is this kid? He's pretty tall. He's very fast. Maybe not the best in the air, but he could definitely get the. He could definitely, yeah. Pause. My bad. But I just think that he's a very talented, bright, young kid. He's 21. Obviously, from the Netherlands, they produce some really good, talented defenders. I think he was playing in the U21s as well over there in the World Cup. So I think he's a really good player. He's got. I wanted us to go get him. I first saw him on a game on ESPN Plus over here in the States, and I was like, man, this kid's pretty fast. I'm going to go check him out on FIFA. And I was like, oh, he's very low rated. He's very young. He's very tall. And these are things that give you indication that they might be like a sleeper signing, someone that maybe clubs are sleeping on right now. And it was actually interesting because I was saying since January that we need to go after this guy, even when we had Antonio Conte with us, just because I thought he'd play perfect. We needed a left-sided center back. Clement Longley's not good enough. Eric Dyer's not good enough. I thought maybe put Longley in the middle, give Van de Veen as a left-side center back. But now that we're going to a back four, I think he could even suit as a left back. So he's also a utility guy. There's a lot to be positive about this guy. So personally, I want to see it get done. The fact that we're haggling over 5-7 mil, whatever it may be with Wolfsburg, we've already agreed to personal terms with the guy. So for me, we just got to get the job done, get him over the line. And then the next thing is get Tapsoba over the line. I understand that Solomon's going to be coming up next as our next, Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. But personally, I just think that I need to see some center backs. Super happy with the James Madison bit of business. Super happy with Harry Winks going the other way. I do want more outgoings, but I do definitely want to see us get someone in by tomorrow. Not just a left winger. I'm talking about a center back. So, but I rate the guy very highly. I like him a lot, Insman. I miss Jacob's luscious locks. Well, they're still there. They'll grow back. That's the cool part about hair. Big up Kudo. George says, take the money for Sanchez, get another defender in, or is Levy playing us? That's what I'm saying. If we're going to talk about getting 19 mil out of Harry Winks, and Davinson Sanchez, why are we haggling for 10? If that, let's say that's the high, because I think they valued Micky Van de Ven at about 40, and we wanted to spend 30. Honestly, sometimes, like you see with Mason Mount, like you see with Declan Rice, you just drop the extra money to get the man you want in. If your manager rates him, the club signed off on it, they're just haggling, just spend the extra 10, whatever it is, get the deal done, and get him in the door. That's how I feel about it. Big up, man's man. Ben Coffin, he's a U21 captain. There you go. Young little leader there in the Dutch. So definitely want to get him in. Kudo says, if Kane doesn't go to Bayern, where do you imagine him going and when? I imagine him staying here this season. I imagine Harry Kane playing for Tottenham Hotspur this season. I don't see the upside if Bayern are going to keep lowballing us. This is disrespectful. On some level, we got to just leave the table and say, you've disrespected me, the man, this organization we're running here. You've disrespected us enough. That's how I feel about it. I just feel like he's too important of a player to let go for anything less than 100. I mean, Declan Rice, I understand we're talking about last year of his contract, this, that, and the other. But for me, I don't give a shit if it's his last year in the contract. He's a quality player. Eden Hazard went for 125 to Real Madrid, if I'm not mistaken, and he was in the last year of his contract. I think Daniel Levy is gambling very heavily right now with the future of Harry Kane, that maybe Ange Postecoglou can come in and convince him to stay. It remains to be seen. They haven't even met each other, and that's what half these quotes from Ange Postecoglou were about. They just kept talking. A lot of things about Harry Kane come up. A lot of different quotes were coming up as well. I want to share some of the good ones with y'all, but then I also want to share some of the other ones. This is one of the most recent ones, recent quotes that came out from Fabrizio Romano about Postecoglou. Says, nothing has landed on my desk at this moment from anybody at the club to say there's a decision to be made here. Not even close to that. Kane will be here soon, so everything I need to know will be sitting right in front of me. That's per Alistair Gold. This is, I think, what was it? What do they call it? The embargo section. I think that's a super dramatic word for the bit of press conference they didn't release, but whatever. So yeah, he hasn't talked to Kane. This whole situation is fishy. Y'all know how I feel about it. I don't like that. I'm covering this as well. If you covered the Kane saga, my bad, I missed it. If you haven't, what's your thoughts? Yeah, I just think at some point he got to come out and say something. Tell me where you're at. Communicate with the fans. There's so many people who are out buying his shirt as we speak with number 10, Kane on the back, and he may not even be here. Maybe. I think he will. But to me, it's just, you see the likes of Heung-min's son. As soon as there was rumors that he might go to Saudi Arabia, 20 hours later, there's already quotes saying, no, that's not going to happen. I love Tottenham. Got more to do here. I know he was at every time I bring that part up, there are people in chats and anywhere else, etc., that say, oh, well, he was on national team duty, so the media was there to ask him this question. Meanwhile, Kane, he was in front of the media talking about, I'm going to be an NFL kicker. Now I'm hearing he's doing hot ones. Motherfucker, we're about to start the season. You eating hot wings? You going to be farting spicy farts? Come on. That's not even good for the dudes in the locker room. It smell like shit. It's all fishy to me. If it's legit that he's actually doing this hot ones, it might just be a rumor. But if it's actually legit, that's going to piss me off. Again, we saw this 2 years ago with Manchester City. He wants to go. He doesn't want to be here. We're holding him hostage. But you know what? Publicly say that. Publicly say, I want a transfer request. I don't want to play here next season. That's what I want to see. This whole leaving it up into the ethos type thing. This, I'm just going to, Real Madrid and Manchester United and now it's Bayern. I mean, these were all clubs that we originally, if you'd asked me last summer, that I would have expected to be in for Harry Kane because of the lack of strikers in their squad and because Harry Kane's the best striker in the world, in my opinion. Obviously, there's going to be teams interested in him, but when Bayern's offering such a low ball, obviously the Real Madrid talks went silent whenever Mbappe announced that he was going to be leaving. So now Real Madrid, it's a domino effect, right? That's how the market works. That's supply and demand. And I'm not even an economics major, and I know that. So the Harry Kane thing, to me, It's one thing to just let it drag on and drag. This is the second summer, and it's taking over everything. If you remember, when we had Nuno, it took over the news cycle in front of everybody. And again, it's happening. We have Ange Postecoglou, a reason Spurs fans should be excited, and we're still here sitting talking about, is Harry Kane going to play here, going to play there? I think it's distracting. I think it's taking things away from the squad personally. So I just want to see it done and dusted, whatever the end result may be, because eventually he won't play for Tottenham anymore, and I can accept that. But I just don't like when our star talisman, future captain, he's going to be captain, and he don't even want to be here. You can't make that kind of thing up. So I just, yeah, man, I worry about this. I worry about the Kane saga. Daniel says, my main worry about Romero and Van de Ven being a partnership is both their weaknesses is they both struggle in the air a bit. But see, the thing is about in the air, that you can struggle, but that is something you can work on. Now, Romero, I think as far as his product in the air, it might already be written and it might already be set in stone. But Van de Ven, he's 6'4". He's only getting taller. He's got another 5 years to grow. As a man, that's just how the science or whatever the fuck of the makeup of your body, that's how it works. So he's going to be getting bigger. I think this is something that you can work on. You can do some box jumps. I mean, I've never been able to dunk, but I did get my vertical up the more I worked at it. So I know it's a different sport, but I'm just saying, you can work on these things. And I have all the faith that Ange Postecoglou, if he got a hold of the player like Van de Ven, that he can make some things happen. Big up Ravi says, big up Ravi. My hair won't grow back. Sorry to hear that, Ben. Ravi, question for you, Jacob. Question, Jacob, for you. What is an Ange type style of player? I would say one that first and foremost is going to run. He's going to put in the effort and also not be scared to be ambitious going forward. I think in an Ange system, it's got to be quick passes. You have to be a quick thinker. You have to be someone who can quickly make a decision before the ball's even at your feet. So I think in an Ange system or an Ange type style of player, I think you need someone who is smart, willing to hustle, willing to put the work in, ball knowledge, obviously the progressive thinking player. I know he doesn't like back passes. There's been quotes when he was at Celtic that he'd be fuming, or I think, where was it? There was a clip I saw. He was like in a film study room, and he was just drilling into the players like, what the hell are you doing? Look at this. Why are you passing back here? And a lot of times that's how I felt last season. Why the fuck are we passing back in that situation? So those are a few things that I think, again, I'm not going to sit up here and protest to be like, I'm the Ange guy. I know all this about Ange. To me, I throw that over to my man Paul with Hotspur Hippie, because he's been talking about Postecoglou before I ever heard of that man's name. But I've only seen one match that Ange Postecoglou, unless I inadvertently watched an Australia national team game back in the day, but I wasn't like studying how this manager is setting up or whatever. I did watch the Scottish Cup. Celtic, they won 3-1 versus somebody. They were up 2-1, and they were still going for another goal. Left them a little bit exposed, but at the same time, I like that ambition. I like that desire to just keep going for it, even if you think it's over. And that's what we've lacked a lot. Totally agree, man. Kane deserves more than 80 mil. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 100 mil just to even talk to me. If it ain't 100 mil next time you send something my way, then I ain't listening. That's just how I feel about it. George says, for me, Jacob, this stalling on signings means the spending has stopped. Hope I'm wrong. I don't think the spending has stopped, but the stalling on signings is definitely us trying to save 5 to 12 mil on a deal that we should just be doing regardless. To me, if you're going to spike the prices of tickets now, the different categories, it's more X, Y, Z. I'm not going to pretend to understand exactly how they're breaking this price down and like their excuse for it. But if you're willing to charge fans more to be there, then you should fucking pay more for players to get over the line. That's just how I feel about it. We've seen it year after year. It's the same old Tottenham. We've seen it with how many players, right? We were linked with Kim and Jay, but we didn't want to spend the money for Jose Mourinho. We were linked with Paulo Dybala, but we didn't want to pay for his image rights. We were linked with all these different players. I mean, the list goes on and on. You've all heard me talk about it, so I don't want to spend too much time beating on the dead horse that is our failed transfers and ones that we didn't get over the line. But honestly, I don't think it means the spending has stopped. I do think we will spend at like an 8 mil on Clement Longley. Maybe we'll try and get 6. Maybe we'll try and talk Barcelona down. I don't know. But we'll definitely spend. Just I don't know if we're going to spend it wisely. Kudo says, if Kane decided to stay with us this year, he must leave next season. But I hope he stays in the Premier League. Personally, I don't. If he leaves us, I don't want to see him stay in the Premier League just because then he's going to have to play us, and I know he's one hell of a player, and I don't want to see that. I don't want him to do Tottenham dirty. It would be funny if he stayed in the Premier League. We go on and win an FA Cup or something, and whoever he left for, whether it be United, Chelsea, etc., the latter, it doesn't matter what they done because we won a trophy. So that might be nice. And that's if he stays in the Premier League and it guarantees me a trophy, I'm fine with it. I don't give a shit. He should also get a pay raise. Yes, he should. George says, Jacob, would you trust Enoch with Kane's transfer money? If we were to sell, I certainly would think that they would bank the money for themselves, in my honest opinion. Absolutely. I mean, I think they would spend some of it because the pressure would be on. There would be this almost transparent view of, we know how much that team just spent, right? So I expect at least a percentage of that to go into his replacement. I know I heard the links of Vlahovic and etc. I'm not gonna. I try not to do clickbaity titles, and if you ever think my titles or my thumbnails are clickbaity, please tell me, because that's not really. I mean, I understand in the YouTube grind that's how you get far, but for me, I just like to be genuine. I like to keep it 100, so I don't really like do that disingenuine thing just for the clicks and the likes. I'm more here because I love Spurs and I want to talk to people who love Spurs too. So if you're here, again, there's a lot of places you could be right now, but you chose to be here. You're talking with me, and that's what it's about for me. Obviously, the channel's monetized. Obviously, I appreciate anyone who signs up for the membership, for the Patreon, anyone who super chats. I'm looking at you, Queen Ellie. You always super chat. Yeah, big supporter. That's extra and above, but like, you know, if people like it, they'll subscribe, they'll tune in, they'll comment down below if they watch it back on demand. Again, these videos I usually do on demand, but I have been doing them live. Ben Kaufman says, Jacob dunks on the hating ass motherfuckers every week. Yes, I do. Hopefully Michael will be joining me tomorrow. Got a live stream at 5:30 p.m. UK. That's 10:30 a.m. for me out here in the mountain time zone. So hopefully Michael will be there and we can dunk on some more hating ass. Exactly, Jacob. Charge us more for tickets, bringing the players the fans want to see. But not just that, like, justify it, right? Okay, we're spending big. We're dipping into our own personal pockets. So $30 more on a ticket. That might make a little bit more sense if we do it that way. But personally, obviously we're not going about things the right way. I just think that we need some. We need some, man. Kudo says, just to break the Premier League goal record, and yes, a trophy. Yeah, I do want to see him break the Premier League goal scoring record. I hope he's doing it in a Tottenham shirt, personally. Just because, gee golly, man, I don't want to see him bagging goals. Oh, imagine he breaks the record against us. He becomes the Premier League all-time goal-scoring machine, whatever they dub him, and it's against Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, that would be poetic in a way, I guess. It'd be funny. Van Football Vince, hey, big up, Ollie. Big ups. Thanks for tuning in. Says, I like the El Paso flag, Jacob. I have the exact same one, but with Kildare on it. Hey, shout out Kildare Spurs. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Do y'all have a saying? Kildare is to kill do? That's kind of a shitty joke. Sorry about that. But yeah. That's a bad joke. I love my El Paso Spurs flag, man. I rep my city. I rep my club. I am from Dallas, but I did relocate to El Paso just because it is more of a family-friendly city, if you know Texas. Jason Bell says, I'd expect them to do the same. Big up, Jason Bell. I'd expect them to do the same as with the bail money. Buy a bunch of players the manager doesn't want. I hope. I know. But we did get Eriksson out of that. So there was one good player, but right. I would like to see half of those amount of players and all of them be quality and players that Ange Postecoglou wants. That's what I want. Shit, if Ange Postecoglou wants them, I want them. I'm all in on the Ange hype, man. I'll tell you what. Also, please do partake in the poll. Again, in these polls, I will never ask you the lame, uncreative question of, have you liked the stream? Because personally, you could do that if you want. You cannot do it if you want. I believe in freedom of choice. And I'm not going to block the chat from you to ask you if you've done that. So please do partake in the poll. The question for today is, how did Ange Presser make you feel? 71% saying excited for things to come. 18% saying sounds genuine. He may be my dad. And that's kind of how I feel. I see him. I feel like if he had an apron on and he was grilling on a grill on the Barbie, I think, yeah, I might think he's my father. I'd probably tap him on the shoulder and be like, Dad, I need a juice or something. But, you know, That's a great answer. Hey, there we go. Sounds genuine. He may be my dad. It's getting it's getting some more votes. I love it. He definitely got those dad vibes, and like a good strong dad. I hope he can take care of this club like it's his sweet child, like how I'd take care of my child. 15% say this is a PR stunt, PR BS, like usual. Hey, it could be. I don't think so though, because I feel like there's something about him that feels super genuine. I don't know. Maybe it's that dad thing. Maybe I'm buying in too much to what's going on here. But let's see. I wanted to talk about. Here's another quote. I'm going to jump around on some of the quotes. Obviously, it was like a 45 minute presser or some shit like that. So I'm going to jump around some of the quotes. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Kudo says, have you ever gone to a Spurs match? No, I am hoping to make it out for a game very soon. Personally, that West Ham Newcastle, we play them twice at home within a few days of each other. I think that would be a great way to go out there for a week, catch 2 matches. I'm hoping to do it. I think it's the first week of December, so maybe I can make that happen. We'll see. Ravi says, Jacob, please, can you tell us how you think Maddison and Solomon will add quality to the team and in games? Yeah. How I think Maddison will add quality to our team and in games, I think, for one, you got to look at what this man's done in the Premier League. Number one, he gets goals, he gets assists. Relegation side, Premier League or FA Cup winning side, it don't matter. He's gonna get goals, he's gonna get assists, and that's something we need. We need someone else other than Kane to facilitate for Kane, and I think that he can do that. I'm so excited about this Maddison deal. Obviously, a little bit of me right now is like, this feels oddly like last summer when we got Bissouma and Perisic. I was like, nice, a nice free transfer. We got a backup goalkeeper, and we got Bissouma, a player I highly rated from Brighton. And then it all, went the way it went. The window ended up not being as good as I'd hoped. And it feels the same this window because we got the Maddison deal over the line. We sent Winks the other way. I do like that we haven't done so many loan deals so far, so that's good too. But I just think the Maddison deal, we got him at a good time when it was cheapest for us. And that's a part that little bit bugs me, but you know what? Better late than never. He's still 26. Maddison is in the prime of his career physically as a 26-year-old. I'm not too concerned about the injury thing either. I think it's a little bit played up. If you look at it, I think he missed like a total, on average for the past like 3-4 years, it was 6 to 8 matches a season. I believe it was something like that. So I do like that, as well as if you look at his goal contribution averages, it's over 20 for the past 4 seasons in a row, some shit like that. Either way, you look at it, 40 mil, that's a damn good deal. I didn't want Maddison if we were going to spend more than 50. I was comfortable spending 50. Obviously, it's not my money, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I just felt like a man who's, relegation side, you could definitely get him cheaper. And the fact that we got him for 40, sent Winks to the same club for 10. So really, we got him for like 30 retroactively. I'm all about the Maddison deal. I'm all about his game. He loves scoring against Tottenham, so it'll be great. Got one less bastard out there who loves scoring against Tottenham. Solomon, I think he'll add quality in the sense of he'll provide some depth on the bench, maybe an option to come off. I know we like to pull Sonny off the last 15 minutes of matches and put someone on. The fact that it's not Lucas Moura anymore, the fact that it's not Richarlison, it could be this Solomon kid, that gives me a little hope. I don't have hope in Brian Hill. They play the same position, but I've seen more from Solomon in the very small capacity at Fulham than I have with Brian Hill. So, in the larger capacity that I've seen him in the Premier League, Solomon's at least got a Premier League goal, and it's quite a goal. Or no, it was an FA Cup match. They got that really nice goal that I saw. So yeah, I'm excited about Solomon. Van Football Vince, you got a spot on Jacob. Kildare is to do. Would love to go to Texas one day. Got to California and Nevada, but not quite Texas yet. Texas is quite big, my friend. So if you get planted in the middle of it, it's hard to get out. But big up. California and Nevada are some great places to go. Yeah, man, holler at me if you're ever in the Texas area. I am technically as far west in Texas as you possibly can get before you hit New Mexico, which that's fun because I'm right here. New Mexico and Mexico, the country. So that's pretty fun. Jacob won't get into the stadium because I'll be too busy bear hugging him. Maybe you could be my backpack, man. You can just jump on my back, get on my shoulders, and it'll be like we're at a concert or something, you know? But yes, I definitely got hugs to go around. It'll be a fun-ass time getting to meet everybody out there in the UK. George says, if Spurs start badly and are in the bottom 6 up to Christmas, are Enoch and Levy going to shit themselves? Don't know how they would react. This is a little bit of something that I've talked about before. Why I didn't really like Ryan Mason sticking around. Why I didn't really care for him being a part of the coaching staff. Because honestly, this just sounds like an insurance policy, right? It's like, oh, if Ange isn't doing good, we think this is a train wreck. 18 months go by. We'll put Ryan Mason in charge. It would be interesting if we did do it in 18 months again, because that would mean we actually did start a season and finish a season with one manager. That would be fun to do that. We haven't done that in quite some time, I think since Pochettino, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I really hope, again, when we signed Postecoglou and we signed him on a 4-year deal, I really thought that that was a sign that we were going to ride this thing out. We're not in a rebuild, we're in a build. And because I think in order to have a rebuild, you have to have been successful at one point, and I don't think we've been successful lately. But we are going to have to build again, and I think Ange can do that. So I hope that four-year deal is there for a reason, and we don't end up having to pay out another manager, and we ride this out for good or for worse. Even if we're, I don't know about bottom 6, but you know what? It might be. I don't know what we're going to see. I don't think so. I could definitely see, if we actually got Tapsoba and Van de Veen, I could see us getting top 6 next season. And that's not just me being all hyped up on Ange Postecoglou. There is one more thing I did want to talk about as in regards to Postecoglou's quotes. I am here on 33 minutes, so I'm not going to go too much longer on this little Untitled series episode. If you're here on Jacob TV or United Spurs America, please do hit that like and subscribe. It does help us go a long way. So I'm going to take that off. So Ange Postecoglou's message to the players, he says, just about being open-minded, not being bogged down by expectation and history. We're going to go down a different road, not because it's better, just because it's me and that's what I do. I love that line. Not because it's better, just because that's me and it's what I do. So again, I think that kind of goes hand in hand with what I was just talking about, that it doesn't really matter. He's going to do his thing, and I just hope that we stick with him. You know what I'm saying? I let him do his thing. Let him do his thing. Let the man cook. It won't change where we're headed. It might derail it for a bit, although I won't allow it to be for long. So he says it won't change where we're heading. It might derail it for a little bit, although I won't allow it to be for long. That to me says exactly what I just said. That he's the kind of guy, if you stick with him, he can see you through the storm. We just gotta stick with him and let the captain sail, you know. Let the man in charge do what he's got to do. He also goes on to say it's about who wants to get in on this train. Hey, toot toot, baby. I love that line right there. Go talk to me. Who wants to get in on this train? Talk to me, Papa. It's about who wants to get in on this train so we can get to our destination. Ain't that something special? That is something special, because something Michael and myself have been saying here on United Spurs of America is it's time to get all aboard the Ange train. Toot, toot. That's just how I feel about it. I want to know how you feel about it down below. Again, appreciate those of you who tuned in live. This was just a quick little daily update, those daily videos. I'm trying to bring at least one video or live stream to the channel at least 6 days a week here on United Spurs of America, if not 7. But right now our target is 5 to 6 days, so I hope you've been enjoying the ride. Big ups to everyone who's been tapped into these little Untitled series where it's just myself and I going at it. Adrian Shroka, big up Adrian Shroka, says good evening all. Good evening, Mr. Adrian Shroka. I hope you're doing well. Phil says big up Jacob, looks like Van de Veen will be a Spurs player before preseason tour. I sure hope so, because you have to get him in. You absolutely have to get him in. I hope it happens. I am a little pessimistic, but I do hope it happens. Again, I'm gonna end the poll real quick before I end the show. And the winner is going to be excited for the things to come. I see 25 votes and 23 likes on the video. So that tells me there's 2 people who participated in the poll and didn't want to like the video. That's your choice to do it. You can be a hating ass motherfucker all you want, and that's cool with me. But it really don't bother me. So again, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. How are y'all feeling? I feel like I just can't wait. I just can't wait for this thing to get kicked off. Look at the Romano tweet, Jacob. Yeah, I did. Again, I kind of touched on this earlier in the thing. I really feel like that was just like a nothing update. I don't know. Maybe there's a new one. Let me see. Did I miss one? No, I did not miss one. So yeah, the tweet that I saw the tweet. I'll pull it up real quick again, Phil. Since you weren't here when I covered that part in this little, I'll do it real quick. Sorry for those of you if you're watching this on playback. You're like, oh damn, why are we gonna see this tweet again? It's gonna be very quick, I promise. Yeah, but Phil, this tweet. Please tell me what do you get from this tweet that we ain't heard already? Tottenham are advancing in talks with Wolfsburg. I knew that. Micky van de Veen told the agreement between clubs is now close. So I guess we've already agreed to terms with Micky, personal terms with the player, which is, I don't know why we always do that and then go to the club. But I get it because, you want to make sure the player wants to play for Tottenham. The player wants to play for Tottenham. He said that last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't even know. I feel like I'm in the damn, what's it called? I don't even know what the damn word is. Like, shit. X-Files? I don't know. Something like that. No, not X-Files, the show, but like I feel like I'm in a loop, man. I feel like I'm in a loop. It's just nothing new to me. It's like it's just saying the same shit. The only thing I take away from this that I feel a little bit better on, I guess if I think about it more in depth, is it sounds like Micky van de Veen or his agent has said to somebody who talks to Romano that he's understanding it as the deals are almost close. Negotiations are underway and talks on Monday were really positive. Cool. Let's get the damn job done. Let's get the damn job done. Get him in. That's how I see it. I'm tired of this advancing. It's close. We're sniffing. We're snorting. Nah, I'm trying to be breathing, my man. Get the man in. Tired of this. Tired of it. Just get him in. And then I'll be happy. But then I also want another center back, another top center back, not Longley. Micky van de Veen and who? Micky van de Veen, Tapsoba, and who is what it should be. I want Tapsoba. I want Micky van de Veen. I don't think that's being greedy either. Please tell me in the comments if you think I'm being greedy. But I don't think it's greedy. Bryce, plain old Bryce, says, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. Yes, sir. Hey, I'm excited too, man. I'm excited. Exactly, George tells me nothing. Phil says a fee is close. Tomorrow or Wednesday, a fee will be accepted. Medical Thursday, I will put my neck on the line that it will be done before Friday. Phil, if you were on the stream, I'd full screen you right now. So that way people could clip it up if they so choose. I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right. I'm a little pessimistic, I guess. I feel like this is one of those things that's going to go on forever. Pedro Porro was like, how long is this deal going to go on? The 1st of January, we were talking with him, trying to get it over the line, doing this, that. And we didn't get him in until deadline day on a loan, nonetheless. So I just really feel like, I hope it's not that. I thought the Madison deal was going to be that. I was proven wrong, thankfully. So I hope you're right. Clip the quote, Jacob. There it is. Clip it. Bop, bop, bop. Clip it. He says Friday. It's going to be done before Friday. That would mean he needs to fly out tomorrow. I mean, he's going to do the medical Thursday. I hope so. Apparently, Solomon was supposed to do his medical, and then we pushed it a week, and then he did his medical today. So you might be right, my friend. You might be right. But that is going to do it for me. We're here on 40 minutes. These live Untitled series tend to go a little bit longer than when I pre-record. If you're watching this back on playback, tell me how you feel about that. But nonetheless, everyone who's tapped in live, I do appreciate you. Everyone who's tapped in on demand, I do appreciate you. My YouTube chat members, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for going the extra mile to support the channel, as well as the Patreon members. Shout out Alan 10-inch Sibley. Shout out everyone else who's a part of the Patreon membership. You get your own special shout out in the countdown video. So I do appreciate y'all. You are not unseen. I hope to see you all here tomorrow. Again, I will have something tomorrow. 5:30 p.m. UK. I'm looking at getting a couple panel members on, see if we can make a little show. Or if not, then I'll just do this again by myself. I don't even care anymore. Sometimes you just got to do things on your own, and that's just the way it goes. But hopefully Michael can join me. Hopefully everyone who listens to this right now will be joining me as well. But until the next time, I hope you stay safe, stay sexy, keep it fresh, stay blessed. You know the rest. Up the lads, and come on, you Spurs. Coys.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.